I'm going to talk about occurring patterns. So this sample, let's do wind gust. So yesterday was like 50 kilometers per hour in Zoom Earth. The website is going to be in a link in the descriptions. So this 50 kilometers per hour is in Markham. But if you zoom in too much, I won't show, might not show. So for Toronto, it's going to be 61 kilometers per hour. Wagon is 47 kilometers per hour. Brampton is the 49 kilometers per hour. So this is wind gust from yesterday. So George, no, not Georgetown. Usually, so that's two King, no Newmarket. So Newmarket is 46 kilometers per hour. Collingwood is 60 kilometers per hour. Owen's is 56 kilometers per hour. So let's check Wyerton. So Wyerton is off limits. So Wyerton is going to be 60 kilometers per hour. It's rounded. So let's see Orangeville. Orangeville is going to be 57 kilometers per hour. So Uxbridge is going to be 46 kilometers per hour. So Coburg is going to be 71 kilometers per hour because closest to 72. So Belleville is going to be 56 kilometers per hour. So Oakville 62, 67 is in Hamilton, Burlington, same thing. So 69 is, 65 is Niagara Falls City, and Niagara on the Lake is 76 kilometers per hour. Green Spy is 71 kilometers per hour. Let's see, Hanmer. Hanmer is going to be 52 kilometers per hour. Port Elgin is going to be 69 kilometers per hour. Midline is 56 kilometers per hour. Orlando is 51. 45 is in Barrie. Let's see Beverly Isles. So Beverly Isles is 46 kilometers per hour. So Georginia, I don't see anything. So Georginia is 49 kilometers per hour actually. So it could be 48, actually 48 kilometers per hour in Georginia. Orlando is done. So Peterborough is going to be 50 kilometers per hour. So let's look at the wind speed. So if we say like extra cities, ignore that. So let's start from London. What London we didn't do. So London should be something else. So London is 35 kilometers per hour. Wyerton is going to be So Wyerton is 27 kilometers per hour. Owenson is 27 kilometers per hour. 30, gonna skip that. So Lionshead, Hope Bay is going, Lionshead is 31 kilometers per hour. Hope's Bay can't see on this map, so I'll do that later on. So Collingwood is going to be 33 kilometers per hour. Hamilton is 33 kilometers per hour. Oakville 34. Brampton 23. 31 is in downtown Toronto. Snowfall, no, Markham is 25. Marcus 24, Uxbridge 24, Oshawa is 24, Coburg is 28, 40, 24 is to Peterborough, Belleville is 28, so Brampton something's missing. So Mississauga is going to be 25 kilometers per hour, so Hamilton is done. So Greensway 42, 36, no, 32 is in Niagara Falls City, Niagara on the Lake is 42 kilometers per hour. So Hanover. So Hanover is 28 kilometers per hour. Port Elgin is 38 kilometers per hour. So I just using the cities on Variable. That's fine. So let's see. Hopes Bay can't suddenly can't see in this map. So I just you only use Google Maps for 2 minutes. So where is Hopes Bay located? So it's located in 29 kilometers per hour. That's the wind speed. So let's see Palm Beach on the beach we didn't do. So Palm Beach should be let's take a minute. Gonna be 32 kilometers per hour. So then the beach is actually going to be could be near has to be near Cedar Point. Not Cedar Point, it should be somewhere. So Thunder Beach is going to be 36 kilometers per hour or yeah, mostly 36. So let's see Salt Lake Bay. So Salt Lake Bay is actually 31 kilometers per hour. So Peterborough is 24 kilometers per hour. So Oshawa is 32 kilometers per hour. So mean average wind speed is going to be 20 kilometers per hour actually. So it's going to be actually 30 kilometers per hour, the mean average. going 33 actually, 30 something. So it's actually 30 kilometers per hour, 33 kilometers per hour mean average in southern Ontario. So heavy, strongest, weakest wind speeds. So let's do wind gust again. So line said is 60 kilometers per hour. So Hope's Bay should be 57 kilometers per hour. So let's do Thunder Beach, Bomb Beach, Southern Beach. So 61 kilometers per hour is in 62 kilometers per hour is in Bomb Beach. Thunder Beach is actually going to be, let's see, it's going to take a minute. So Thunder Beach is actually going to be 65 kilometers per hour. Solid Bay is actually Solid Bay is 59 kilometers per hour. It could be 60 kilometers per hour. So for Lines hit 60 kilometers per hour. Hope's Bay is 57 kilometers per hour. Just double checked. So let's look at then there's Scarborough. Scarborough is same thing as Markham, but it's gonna be slightly windier. So Scarborough is actually 57 kilometers per hour. The heavy strongest is actually 60s. So strongest in Scarborough is actually 60s, like 64, 65 kilometers per hour. The strongest. The weakest is near Markham. The weakest is actually 50 kilometers per hour. So the mean average 49. So mean average is going to be something. So 49 between 49 65. 49 and 65. So what's the name of middle number? Just need to check. Gonna take a minute. So video might be edited from now. So this going to be it's going to be mean average is actually 15.7 kilometers per hour actually. So let's look at the upcoming pattern. Actually current temperature first. So this is actually current temperature, so I'm gonna skip that. So there's some positive PNAs, so ignore that things. So this is gonna take a minute to set up back to like Southern Ontario views. So there's some, let's refresh this. So gonna take a minute to lower the whole weather model run actually. So let's go to 1 p.m. So November 28th. So there's some positive PNA. Don't need to change the line or anything. So let's see the 7 p.m. There was 1 p.m. Ignore that. So there's some positive PNA. Like you're gonna use Toronto. So no, London is closer. But not London actually. So there's some positive PNA in Toronto, Southern Ontario. So let's go to the next 24 hours. There's some negative PNA, but there's some positive PNA in the East Coast somewhere. It's like Midwest USA and Northwest Ontario. Not Northwest Ontario is actually Northwest. Actually, it's Northwestern Ontario, the whole province. So let's go to next hour, 7 p.m. November 30th. There's some positive PNA. Let's double check. Go back to 7 p.m. It's going to be a little bit too far in the past. So let's do actually 7 p.m. again. So there's some negative PNA already talked. So let's go to 7 p.m. There's some positive PNA. So let's do December 1st. First day, I mean, our meteorological winter, but this average temperature is going to drop right now. So the Google average temperature might just starting to drop. So not starting, but it's already started. Like September, it's like September 1st. So there's some to be in Toronto, but like half for Southern Ontario, another half is actually positive. So let's do 10 p.m. There's some positive BNAs. So let's look at the person patterns. So let's refresh this. It's gonna load. No, it might not load. So there's some 1016 millibars of pressure. It's in Actually, skip this. So 1020 millibars a day. 1022 millibars of average. Actually, going to use the weakest and strongest. So the mean average is 1020. So 1020 millibars of pressure is in Southern Ontario. So don't need to tell multiple times like Southern Ontario. So let's do 7 p.m. 1028. So 1030. So 1030 millibars of pressure is affected Toronto. So don't need to change the note because it says 1028 millibars of pressure is nearby Elgin. So let's look at the next 7 p.m. There's some 1000 and let's see the mean average. So its mean average is actually is going to be 1012. So 1012 millibars of pressure affecting Southern Ontario. So let's go to next 24 hours because he's not moving through. So there's some 1024 millibars with 1028. So 1026 millibars of pressure is affecting Southern Ontario. Let's do this. So the precipitation is going to be the average snowfall is going to be increasing by now, like with this summer first. So let's see the mean average of the pressure patterns. So you can't see on this map. So zoom out to so we can use USA or something. So let's see this for closest. So within 16 millibars pressure. So it's going to be something. So 1012 should be somewhere. So actually, let's just zoom into another US state. So you can see go to New York. Suddenly, this in otherwise, I zoom into northeastern US. So northeastern, actually, you can zoom into northeast, easiest. So there should be a brush that doesn't even show up. So let's use like Southern Ontario. Something it's actually it's gonna be 1016 millibars of brushes affecting Southern Ontario actually. The, so zooming back to Toronto, it's gonna just set up back to Toronto. So if one person missing is okay. So let's talk about outcome precipitation patterns. So actually, let's do 1 p.m. because it's closest time. Let's see how long the video is. It's gonna take 10 minutes. So no, I'm gonna skip that. So Oshawa, Belleville, Orilla, Jodinia, Bomb Beach, on the beach, Midland, Port Elgin doesn't count. Hanover, London, Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls City, Long Point, no. So parts eastern Scarborough, it's still full. Borderline Uxbridge, not the Uxbridge, but the Uxbridge is going to different precipitation amounts. So those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So this is going to be 50-minute video because one is at wind speed from yesterday and yeah. So so Peterborough Peterborough is going to be 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, Greenspine, Niagara, and the Lake Niagara Falls City, Hanover, those cities are going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So the first light is the blue. Just now I just said it's going to be 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. The second light is blue. I'm going to say it after this. So it's going to be 2.5. So Port Elgin, we're gonna clear this. So Port Elgin, Collingwood, Barrie, Beverly Isles, Borderline, Georgia, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So let's just go to 7 p.m. So Collingwood, Port Elgin, wrong place. Hanover, London, Niagara on the Lake, parts of Niagara Falls City, Stoffel, Ostrava, no, it's Uxbridge. So those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's do heavier precipitation. So Port Elgin, Barrie, Georgia, Beverly Isles, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So now we can do next hour, 7 a.m. actually. So Barrie, Georgia, Port Elgin, Hanover, those cities, Niagara on the Lake, Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So anything missing? There's nothing. Not even north. Not even close to London. So London. So let's go to next hour. So Milan skipped. So Port Elgin, Hanover is good. Hanover, Niagara on the lake. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So we didn't do Orangeville. So Orangeville is actually skipped. So 7 p.m. Let's double check. It's gonna take extra minutes for we did Niagara on the lake parts. It's already done. So let's do 1 p.m. Support LJ Hanover is done. So let's do 7 p.m. Top Earth, Elgin, Hanover, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's do 7 a.m. So Lions Head, Obi, Whiteton, Owen Sound, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Solid Bay, Midland, Orlilla, Barrie, Georginia, Beverly Isles, Port Elgin, Hanover, London, Mississauga, Brampton, Richmond Hill, Downtown Toronto, Newmarket, Stouffville, Scarborough, ignore that. So Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobourg, Peterborough, Belleville, Niagara on the Lake Niagara Falls, City Point, Erie, Hamilton, not Hamilton, yeah, Hamilton, because it breaks a little bit. So Oakville, Burlington, those cities are going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Actually, 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So let's do 1 p.m. So Barrie, Orlilla, Peterborough, Belleville, Collingwood, Lions Head, Obey, Wyatton, so done the what's the cities, Salt Lake Bay actually, so Hanover, so Stouffville, Newmarket, Orangeville, those cities. Let me skip something. So those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. Let's do light precipitation. So Scarborough, Downtown Toronto, Richmond Hill, Mississauga, Brampton, London, Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls, City Point, Erie, Oshawa, Quebec. Those cities are gonna get Port Elgin. Those cities are going sound. Those cities are good. Wait. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Beverly Hills, Virginia. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rain, snowfall, because the orange was a little bit off. So, let's do next hour as possible. So next, warmer and wetter precipitation. So not better, but London's done actually. So ignore London is really wrong. So that's gonna be snowfall instead of rainfall. So Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Langton is gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So Greensway is gonna get 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's look at the next precipitation, next tower actually. So the Peterborough, Quebec, parts of Niagara Falls City, those Langtown, Long Point, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So Lions Head, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Orlilla, Barrie, Port Elgin, Hanover, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. Let's do rainfall. So Salt Lake Bay is only one. Port Erie, parts of Niagara Falls City, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. With some parts of Niagara Falls is gonna be 0.25. So Langton is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So I don't need to say anything for that. So Whiteton, Owen Sound, Hovis Bay is going to be Midland. Those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So 7 a.m. So Collingwood, Barrie, Beverly Hills, not Beverly Hills. So those cities, London, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So 1 p.m. So Lion's Head or Bay Boy Elgin. Boy Elgin's wrong place. So those cities, so Bomb Beach, those cities are gonna get sub 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So 7 p.m. Lion's Head. We're gonna do it again. So Lion's Head, Whole Bay, Wyton, Port Elgin, Solid Bay. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So 7 a.m. So Lion's Head, Whole Bay, Georginia, Beverly Isles. So Peterborough doesn't got Belleville, Coburg, Niagara Lake, Niagara Falls City, Port Erie, London, Owen Sound, Owen Sound, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakland, Orangeville, Newmarket, still falling over Oakland. So Oshawa, Uxbridge, Peterborough, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall, including Salt Lake Bay, Thunder Beach. So let's do heavy precipitation again. So Wyton, Port Elgin, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So let's do next hour. So the weather model might change precipitation in hours. So Wyerton, Thunder Beach, those cities, London, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters. Actually, London doesn't count. So Belleville, except London, those cities are gonna get some Port Elgin, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's look at heavier precipitation. So Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Owen Sound, not Owen Sound. Owen Sound is at 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So ignore if I said 2.5. So those cities except Owen Sound is going to be 2.5 millimeters of snowfall. So Long Point is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's look 7 p.m. So Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Southern Bay, Midland, Owen Sound, Port Elgin, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie, Langton, those cities are gonna get Long Point. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So take a minute. So it's actually Langton. So Langton should be it's okay. Langton is okay, but so let's look at the total precipitation. Which is precipitation or rainfall? This all precipitation, like snow and rainfall combined. So let's do total precipitation first. Total precipitation 12 hours. So Collingwood, 3 millimeters of rainfall. So 2 millimeters of rainfall in Oshawa. Uxbridge 5. Niagara on the Lake is 3. Griswold 2. So now we can do harder precipitation. So Belleville is going to be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. London is going to be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Wyerton or Sound is going to be 0.2. So Scarborough, Stoffel is going to be 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. Fort Erie is going to be with 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. 0.7 is in Niagara Falls City, parts of it. Another part, actually, it's mean, but like parts of Niagara Falls 0.6, another part is 0.7. So Port Elgin is going to be 5 millimeters of rainfall. Hanover is going to be So Hanover doesn't count. Could be. Actually, Hanover is 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville is going to be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So let's choose the next hour. So Newmarket skipped. So Newmarket is 0.2. No, it doesn't count. Actually, it doesn't exist. So Peterborough is 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. Actually, doesn't count. So let's do the 8 p.m. November 29th. So Y10 or in sunlight said or B. Actually, line said or B is going to be 0.2 millimeters of rain. Y10 or in sun 0.5. So London is actually going to be 0.7. Niagara on the Lake is 0. 0.7 is the heaviest and the lightest 0.2. So solid base 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do 8 p.m. The Wartown is 7, bar 6 is Collingwood, 2 is London, Brampton, Delta Toronto, Snowfall is 2, Newmarket, Orangeville, Uxbridge, Oshawa is 3, 4, Cobourg 4, Peterborough, Belleville was 6, Niagara Falls City is 2, Hamilton is 1. So Oakville is 2 millimeters of rainfall. Niagara on the Lake is actually going to be 0.1. Actually, it's going to be 0.7 or 0 point something. So actually 0 point something. So it's going to be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Hopes Bay is going to be 7.5 millimeters of rainfall as a mean average. So it's actually 7.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Lion's Head is going to be 6 millimeters of rainfall. Bomb Beach, Sun Beach, Solid Bay, Excess Solid Bay. It's going to be 6 millimeters of rainfall. Excess Solid Bay is 6 also millimeters of rainfall. Orilla is going to be 7 millimeters of rain, but that's too far off. So it's going to be 6 millimeters of rainfall. Barrie is going to be 3 millimeters, actually 4 millimeters of rainfall. So Georginia actually is going to be 2. Actually 1.7. Beverly Hills actually 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So rainfall is done. So don't need to see those cities. So for area, don't really count. So skip that. Actually 4 millimeters of rainfall for area. So let's do next 24 hours 8 p.m. So snowfall takes longer sometimes. So Lion's Head or Bay is going to be similar precipitation, right? So it's going to be 1.2 by 1.1 centimeters of snowfall in those cities. So Watertown is still 0.7. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be 0.2, 0.7 in Salt Lake Bay. Port Elgin is going to be 0.7. Honors will be in middle. So it's going to be 0.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do 114 hours. So the Watertown is 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. London is off, so London is 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. Niagara on the Lake is parts of Niagara Falls City is going to be 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. For parts of Niagara Falls City, for area 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. That's mean average. So let's do Bomb Beach. Bomb Beach is actually 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. Thunder Beach is actually going to be 30 millimeters of rainfall. 3 millimeters of rainfall. Solid Bay back. Actually, it's going to be 4 millimeters of rainfall, but could be 3, could be 4 actually. So the Port Elgin is going to be, usually I don't count, it's going to be 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. So Hanover, let's do Hanover again. So Hanover is going to be 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. So Belleville is going to be, I didn't count, it's going to be 0.2 millimeters. Actually, let's do it again. So 0.7 millimeters for rain passing through, but it's mostly 0.2 millimeters of rain left. So let's go back 90th hour. So there's nothing, make sure there's nothing else in Belleville. And day before, AP of Belleville, 6 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do 90th. Actually, let's check again. 67 hour, then yeah, that's done. So 114 hours. So Port Elgin is done. So Fort Erie, Niagara Falls City is done. So don't need to do it. None is done. So let's look at the total winter precipitation pattern. Not pattern, but it's total winter precipitation once every 12 hours. So let's choose around actually easiest. So Newmarket is 0.4, Stoffel 0.5. So this is total snowfall in centimeters per 12 hours. So Hamilton, Burlington, 0.7 centimeters of rainfall. 0.2 is in Oakland, Niagara on the Lake is 2.7, Niagara Falls is 0.9, 0.9 is 480, 0.2 is Peterborough, 1.7 is Oshawa, 5.4 is in Uxbridge, 0.5 Cobourg, 0.3 is Belleville. Port Elton is going to be 1.2, 1.3, 0.3 is in Whitetown. So winds by don't need to count. So Collingwood is 2.9. So 2.9 is a bottom beach. So Thunder Beach is actually going to be 2.7 centimeters. Solid Bay is going to be 2.5 centimeters. Midland is actually going to be 8.9 by 0.9. But that's 0.9 is actually possible. It's in Midland. So Midland is actually borderline something. So that's it's actually is going to be 1.3 centimeters. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So let's Bomb beats at the beats are done, solid base done. So there's no Belva 0.3 centimeters, 0.2 is in Peterborough, 0.5 is in Coburg. So London is 0.7. The white alcoholic was done. So let's do next. This is today. So tomorrow's. So half of Southern Ontario is gonna be 0.7 centimeters, the heaviest, but the mean average is somewhere else. So it's going to be 1.3. So Port Elgin is going to be 1.3 centimeters. 0.3 is London. Hanover is going to be Hanover is actually 0.8 centimeters. 0.1 Niagara on the Lake. Salt Lake Bay is actually 0.2 centimeters. Lion's Head or Bay is going to be 0.2 centimeters. Orange Sound is 0.4 centimeters because of the same precipitation amount. So Borealis is done. So next 24 hours, 8 p.m. So 5.6 is Whitetown, 5.2 is in Collingwood, 2.1 in Orangeville, Stouffville markets. So in Stouffville is 1.8 actually, Brampton is 0.8, Scarborough is 0.8 actually, so it could be 0.8, but Oshawa is 1.4, 3.1 is in Uxbridge, 3.2 is in Peterborough, 1.2 Coburg, 2.5 Belleville, 0.2 Niagara Falls City. So might miss a city something. So Lion's Head is going to be Lion's Head is way off. So Lion's Head is actually between 2.5 and 5 centimeters. So it's gonna use ChatGPT for a while. So might be. So let's look at Lion's Head on Google Maps first. Lion's Head and Hope's Bay should be. So Hope's base should be 2. It's going 5 centimeters in Hope's Bay. Actually heavier. So it's gonna be 6 centimeters in Hope's Bay. Lion's Head is should be close to 5 centimeters, but it's actually 4 centimeters of snowfall. But so so 2.7 inches are like Bay. The beach is actually it's going to be 2.5 centimeters. Bomb Beach is actually it's going to be 3. No, it's going to be 4 centimeters of snowfall. No, it's going to be it's going to be 4 centimeters actually. So Port Elgin is actually is going to be 1.3 centimeters. Actually, it's not 1.3. It's going to be close to 5 centimeters. So twice as low. So it's 2.5 centimeters. No, it's gonna be 3 times. Could be 2 times actually. So let's do 5 centimeters. It's gonna be blue. So the second one, second darkest, actually last darkest gray is actually gonna be something like 4 centimeters around. So the third one is 2.5. Yes, 2.5 centimeters of snowfall in Port Elgin. So let's look at the next hour. So Mina. So I don't need to say mean average. Don't need to say like average temperature is gonna drop or something. So Lion's Head. So let's check Lion's Head of Google Maps because it's the wrong place all the time. So Lion's Head is going to get those 2.5. So it's going to be 1.3 centimeter. That's the mean average, but that actually is 2.1 centimeters. It could be 2.3 is the same thing. So Hope's Bay is going to be Hope's Bay is going to be 2.3 centimeters of snowfall. So actually 2.4. So Bomb Beach on the beach on the bay is going to be 0.3 centimeters of snowfall. So actually 2.4. So one of them is actually 2.2, but 2.3, but so actually Thunder Beach is actually it's going to be 2.4 centimeters. So actually this actually all of them like Thunder Beach, Bomb Beach, Solid Bay is actually 2.3. So Newmarket, Snowfall, Uxbridge 0.1, 0.2, London 0.1 is in Collingwood, 0.4 is in Whitehand, 0 point something. 0.9, no, it's gonna be 0.8. So 0.8 is actually is going to be 4 L's. In Hanover, it's actually it's gonna be 0.2. So let's do 114 hours. So something takes a long time, so the video might be edited. So Whiteton's 1.7, Port Elgin's 1.1, Hamilton 0.1, Brampton 0.2, Downtown Toronto 0.1, Niagara, everywhere Niagara Falls is 0.3, Nagwinsway 0.3, 0.3 is in Cobourg, 0.5 is in Belleville. So Oakville 0.1, Scarborough is nothing for now, but except 1 hour missing. So for area is going to be, let's see, it could be 0.9. But it's actually it's going to be between those numbers, so 6 could be 0.7 centimeters in Fort area actually. So that's actual amounts. So for Elgin is going to be 1.3 centimeters. So it's accurate. So Hanover is going to be 1.3 centimeters. Actually, the Hanover is wrong place. So it's going to be 1.2 centimeters, but it's going to be 1.1 actually. So 1.1 centimeters is actually in Hanover. So the air temperature pattern. So so the hurricane season is gonna end some of this week. So not this week, but it's gonna be in, like November 30th. So somewhere like November 20th, 30th, somewhere around this week actually. So it's really November 30th. Actually, no. So let's talk about the upcoming pattern. So London is -1. This is temperature pattern. So why 10 is -2, -1 is in London, -2 is in Glasgow, Brampton is 0 degrees, -1 is Stockholm, Downtown Toronto, is downtown 1 degrees. 1 degree in the Oakville, Hamilton. So Niagara, everywhere Niagara Falls is 1 degree. So let's see how long the video is. It's gonna be 50 minutes. So -2 is in Peterborough, -1 is in Cobourg, Oshawa is -1, -3 is in Uxbridge, -1 in Newmarket, -1 in Belleville. Niagara Falls, I'm already done. So let's do Orange World. So Orange World is actually it's going to be -2, but it's going -2 actually. So let's do the hardest city. So Lion's Head or base, we're going to like Hope's Bay. Lion's Head is -1, Hope's Bay is -2. Palm Beach is actually -1. Salt Lake Bay, Thunder Beach is actually 0 degrees. Barrie -2. Georginia is -1. Orlando is -2. Beverly Hills is -2. No, -1 actually. So next. So if we skip today's ignore. Actually, don't ignore. So London is -3, Whitehall -4, -4 Collingwood, -2 Brampton, -5 Stockport, Newmarket is -5, -2 is Delta Toronto, Scarborough is going to be between. So we're gonna use the mean average is actually is going to be used in ChatGPT. So no numbers are covered. So let's do it again. Bram. Gonna take a minute. It's gonna be 4 degrees in Scarborough. -4. So Oshawa is -4, Uxbridge is -6, -5 Peterborough, -2 Peterborough, Cobourg, -5 Belvoir, Niagara on the Lake is -1, Niagara Falls City is Niagara Falls City, Hamilton is -2, Oakville is gonna be -1, 2x, -1, Mississauga is -1, Warrington -4, Collingwood -4, -3, London. So line said, oh, is going to be -4, but it's actually -3. So let's do harder cities and missing cities. So Orange World is actually -5. So Palm Beach is actually is going to be -2. Salt Lake Bay is going -3, but it's actually -2. So Thunder Beach is actually going to be -1, but it's actually -2. But Access City is a -1. So let's do 3 p.m. So -2 White, -2 Collingwood, 0 London, 0 Brampton, Downton London 0, Stockport 0, 1, -1, Oshawa -1, -2 Peterborough, -0 is Cobourg, 0 is Belvoir, Newmarket is -2, -1 Orange Walls, Uxbridge is -3, -1 everywhere in Niagara Falls, Hamilton is 1 degrees, Oakville is +1. So +1 is actually isn't that a no, it's gonna be Oco, Hamilton, everywhere Niagara Falls. So line said B is going to be -1, Palm Beach on the beach, Solid Beach -1, so some is -2. So it's actually doesn't count. So do let's fix it later. So Barry is actually be -2, Georginia is in wrong place, so it's going to be -2 degrees. So actually, -1 degrees in Georgia. So Orlilla is going to be -2 degrees. Beverly Hills is actually -1 degrees. So AM. So London is +1, Whitetown 0, 0, Collingwood 0, Newmarket Orangeville, Uxbridge is -1, Stockport +1, Stockport, Brampton is +1, +2, St. Toronto. I mean, average is Scarborough is actually +1. So combined, like warmest temperature and coldest temperature. So like for example, the coldest in north actually combined warmest in Scarborough and coldest in Scarborough tell the temperature. It's the Oakville Hamilton is +2, Niagara on the Lake is 2 degrees, 1 degrees in Niagara Falls City, Oshawa is 1 degrees, Cobourg 2 degrees, Peterborough is 0 degrees, Belleville 1 degrees, 3 degrees to Port Aries. So line said OB +1, Palm Beach, Solid Beach actually +1. On the beach, it's actually +1, but it could be +1. So let's choose next hour, 3 p.m. So Barton, Collingwood, London, Newmarket, Orangeville, Stockport, Uxbridge, going to be +1. Brampton, Delta Toronto, no Delta Toronto, Oshawa, Peterborough, Niagara Falls City, Scarborough is going to be 2 degrees, Hamilton, Oakville is 3 degrees, Niagara on the Lake is 3 degrees, so Cobourg, Belleville, 3 degrees. So let's do harder cities. So I might skip Women's Sound, Port Erie, Port Elgin, Hanover. So Lions Head or Bay is going to be 2 degrees. Palm Beach is actually going to Same thing as Solid Base. So not solely same thing. Actually, it could be 3 degrees in Bomb Beach, Solid Bay. So down the beach, it's actually is going to be 4 degrees. So Barry is actually is going to be 1 degree. Virginia is going to be 2 degrees. Orilla is going to be 2 degrees, but it's actually actual temperatures are actually is going to be 2 degrees. Beverly Isles is actually going to be 1 degrees. Let's do it again for don't need the temperature for an zoomer. So Virginia, that's correct. It's actually is going to be 3 degrees, but it's actually 2 degrees. Actually, it could be 3 degrees in Virginia. So let's do 8 a.m. So -7 is Whitehead, -6 in Collingwood, -3 is in London, Brampton -7, -7 is in Newmarket, Orange Wallis actually is going to be -8 degrees, Stouffville, no, could be 8, -8, but Stouffville is -6, -5, Downton Toronto Scarborough is 5.5, minus. Oshawa is -7, Uxman -9, -11 is Peterborough, -7 is Peter. Coburg, Belleville is -8, Niagara on the Lakes, -3, Niagara Falls Cities, -5, Hamilton, -4, Oakville, -4. So, Lion's Head or Bay is going to be -6 degrees, actually -7, but it's going -6 is possible in those cities. So Palm Beach actually is going to be -7 degrees. On the beach, Palm Beach, no, on the beach is actually is going to be -4 degrees. If I say it's minus something else, so that's wrong. So Salt Lake Bay is actually is going to be -8 degrees. Let's do Palm Beach again. So it's -7 degrees in Palm Beach. So Barry is going to be 9 degrees, -9 degrees. So Georginia is going to be -6 degrees in Georginia. So Belvedere says it's -7 degrees. Orla is going to be -13 degrees. Very done. So let's do next hour, 86th hour of the weather model runs. So London is -2, -4, Wariata -4, Collingwood, Brampton -3, Stouffville -4. Delta Toronto -2, Scarborough -3, Newmarket is -5, -5, Uxbridge -4, Oshawa, Coburg -6, and Peterborough -6 in Belleville, Niagara on the Lake is -1 degrees, -2 is in Niagara Falls City, Hamilton is -1 degrees, Oakville -1 degrees, Owen Sound is -4 degrees, Lion's Head is going to be -2 degrees, -3 is in Hope's Bay. So Palm Beach is actually going to be -3 degrees. Salt Lake Bay is actually -3 degrees. Thunder Beach is actually going to be -2 degrees. So Lake Cinco turn. So Barrie is -5 degrees. Georginia is actually going to be -4 degrees. -5 degrees is actually order lab. I don't even know what's the. So Beverly Isles is actually -4 degrees. So let's choose 7 a.m. That's one times off. So 3 p.m. double check. There's nothing else. So 7 a.m. So 8 a.m. So Warrington -2, -3 Collingwood, -2 London, -5. This is Toefl, Newmarket. Orange Willis missed all the time. So -4. Uxbridge -5. Washoe -4. -2 Sisson, Coburg, -5 is in Peterborough, -3 is in Belleville. Niagara on the Lakes -1. Niagara Falls City is -2. So Hamilton -1, Oakville -1. So let's do Barmington Beach. So Lion's Head is 2 half. Let's actually double check Lion's Head so I don't miss anything. So Lion's Head is actually low, so -2 degrees. Could be -1 actually. So let's clear this. So Lion's Head is actually -1 degrees. Palm Beach, no, it's Lion's Head Beach. So like Hope's Bay is going to be -1 degrees. Palm Beach is actually -1 degrees. Salt Lake Bay is going to be +1 degrees. +1 isn't on the beach. So Berry is -4. Georginia is -2 degrees. Orlando is going to be -5. Minus. Let's do Beverly Isles again. So Beverly Isles is actually is going to be -3 degrees. -4 actually. So one, what's now? What after this? Someone 11. So Warrington -2, -3 Collingwood, -2 is London. Brampton -1, Stouffville -2, -2 Newmarket Orangeville. Uxbridge -4, Oshawa -1, -1 Peterborough +1, Coburg +1, Belleville +1, Niagara on the Lake, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville. So Niagara Falls City 0 degrees. So Downtown Toronto is +1 degrees. So that's really some mist. So there it is. So Lion's Head is going to be -2. Hopes Bay is actually -2 degrees. That was -3 in Lion's Head actually. So around time temperatures. So Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Solid Bay is actually is going to be 1 degrees. 4 is in Barrie. Georginia is going to be -1. Olala is going to be -1 degrees. Beverly Hills is actually is going to be -4 degrees. So let's see any missing cities. So this is the end of the video. It should be the longest video. So